It's okay, baby Zoe. We'll get going soon, okay? Power lift gate. 3 rows of seats. Hi, buddy. We're not home yet. Nope. You ready to take the Jeep home? No. All right. Let's go home. It's pretty obvious these days that we as people are obsessed with SUVs. And I mean big SUVs. 7+ seating. With enough horsepower and torque to tow the family boat. Well, today we're going to talk about the Jeep Wagoneer. 3 rows of seats. 8 butts can sit in them, and there's a whole lot more to offer. So let's see what we can find out. Proximity door locks, of course. Just put your hand in the door handle, boom. Unlocks. To lock the vehicle, you can see there's these hash marks here. You just simply boop. Anyway. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now keep in mind, this is not the Grand Wagoneer. This is just the Jeep Wagoneer, or the Wagoneer. Dimensions wise, that doesn't change anything. This still has 3 rows of seats. It doesn't have the 2 captain's chairs. It actually has 2 bench row seats in the back, so this seats 8. Yes. This is already in my seating position, of course, and I just, I gotta tell you, this is, God, this is comfortable. Adjustable pedals, for crying out loud. Gotta love that. Tilt and telescopic steering column. Power, of course, with a fantastic range of motion. Takes forever, so hopefully you don't have to keep adjusting this, but this is set up with memory seats. You can push one button and have everything go the way you like it. So if you have 2 different drivers that mainly drive this vehicle, you can have one have their settings to be whatever the seat, the steering wheel, the brake and accelerator pedal, and the rear view mirrors can all be tailored to those memory settings. Love that. The only gripe I have, and this may sound petty, but it is a gripe either way. You know how I love my headrest to come up to actually, I don't know, the back of my head? Unfortunately, these don't. They're super huge and they're super plush, but they don't actually come up to the back of my head, which that bothers me because everything else about this vehicle is absolutely superb. All the soft touch materials you can ask for. I like this trim, even though it's fake. It always is, of course. Nobody would ever put real wood in a vehicle, in a family vehicle. Visibility is good. The rear view mirrors are massive. I mean, they are absolutely massive. This has blind spot monitoring. It has lane keep assist. It has adaptive cruise control. So if you veer out of a lane, it'll actually steer itself back into the lane. And if your hands are actually putting force on the wheel and you don't have your turn signal on, the steering wheel will vibrate. The Wagoneer drives so smooth that feeling that vibration in the steering wheel does give you pause because you don't feel anything else. So this thing rides fantastic. I gotta say, I mean, I am very impressed with Jeep on this one. Good job, Jeep. All right, let's go check out the back seat. The door opens up wide enough. I mean, you can get a car seat in here. I do wish it opened up just a little bit more. I mean, just a tiny bit more. And it's still very good. Step, grab, hop in. Now this is my seating position. This seat's actually all the way back in its tracks. I have a ton of room. This seat actually slides forward and back too, and it reclines. Forward, backwards. I mean, this thing has a ton of space. Headroom, it can get a little dicey, just a little bit towards the edge here, but it's still spot on. I mean, there is a ton of room in this thing. Oh my goodness. I've got no complaints. It's got tons of storage, cup holders, little cubby hole here. There's an armrest in here that has even a spot for a phone, 2 cup holders there. There's a little cubby hole here. It has 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C. It has a old 12-volt accessory outlet and a 115-volt accessory outlet like you would find at home. It has climate control back here. This has 3 tri-climate controls, 2 up for the front and then 1 for the rear, for both of the rear seats. There are vents right here. Love that. There are vents right here in the center. Love that. I love rear vents. I love rear vents. It even has rear vents on the C-pillar for the 3rd row. We'll talk about that when we get there. This is severely comfortable. I could ride in this all day. In fact, I think I'll take a nap. And did I mention this thing is super quiet? Oh boy. The cabin of this car is crazy quiet. Take a look at the 3rd row. To gain access to the 3rd row, there is a button right here. Press that. So not only does it fold forward, this is perfect because if you have a car seat in this, you can still have access, without the child in it, of course, you can still have access to the 3rd row. Now, the 3rd row. Oh my goodness. Unreal. This actually has enough space back here. And this seat, like I have plenty of room back here. I have my own cup holder. I can't believe this. This is huge. You have your own vents back here. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely astonishing. There's a USB-A, a USB-C charging port, a little cubby hole, a cup holder for this seat. You don't get anything for this seat, but it's still just as comfortable. And then another vent, another USB-C, another USB-A, another cubby hole, another cup holder. Oh my goodness. This has a ton of room back here. I cannot believe this. This seat's actually reclined and I'm still pretty comfortable. I can't. That's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. Wow, great job, Jeep. If it wasn't for these pesky headrests that don't go anywhere, don't come near your head, but I am thoroughly impressed. You can put a car seat with the latch, the lower anchor tether child harness, right here. Boom. There's 1 middle seat for the middle row, 2, the outboard seat for the middle row, 3, 4, and I think that's it as far as the latch system goes. So that's 4 car seats that you can put back here with the latch. That doesn't mean you can't put more than 4. You can definitely, there's still seat belts for every seat. There's 3 seat belts back here. There are 3 seat belts in the middle row. So effectively, you can put 6 car seats in the back of this Wagoneer.
6 car seats.
That's like a bus, but a lot better than a bus, because this one has all-wheel drive. power liftgate, of course. You've got storage for your spare tire. In the toolkit, spare tire, of course, is mounted underneath here. It is a full-size spare. None of that donut stuff around here. Oops, I accidentally hit the button. Oh, that's okay. Good to know. With both rear seats folded flat, you have an absolutely massive amount of space to put whatever you like in the back of this thing. Heck, you can even put another car in the back of this thing. I'm just kidding, don't do that. Still, very big. So I specifically wanted this vehicle for my next episode because in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to bring attention that the executive designer for the Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer was Mr. Ralph Gilles. I know that especially styling is one of those things that's in the eye of the beholder. It's subjective. I get that. I like the look of this thing. I think it stays true with Jeep, with its lines and its broad stance. I think it's a home run, honestly. I think the interior is a home run. Obviously, I don't like that the headrests don't come up anywhere near the back of my head, but they are very large. So I guess can't have it all, apparently. The 5.7 liter Hemi V8 with the e-torque is very adequate. I wouldn't say it'll put you back in your seat, but it is definitely adequate for this size of vehicle. It's 392 horsepower and 404 foot-pounds of torque. Definitely adequate. The fuel economy figures comes in at 15 and 20 city highway respectively. That's not great, but considering the heft of this thing, like I said, today's SUVs are more efficient than yesterday's sedans. So this is what a full-size sedan got back in 2005. So it's still an upgrade. Driving this thing was such a pleasure. Hey, where do I even begin? It has heated steering wheel. It has heated seats. It has cooled seats. The adaptive cruise control. Radar adaptive cruise control. Lane keep assist. Blind spot monitoring. Massive side view mirrors. Super comfortable and quiet ride. It's everything I could have asked for. The gauge cluster is just another screen, so it shows you everything that you want to know about. Your oil temperatures, your coolant temperatures, your tire pressures. I mean, every little detail. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the latest Uconnect 5. Well, folks, that is our show. I really appreciate you tuning in for this episode. I really hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. I apologize for my voice. I am sick. It's probably coming through quite clear about that. Losing my voice, but I'm not losing my mind. I've got some links in the description below for Gas Buddy and Get Upside. These are links to help you save money at the pump every time you use these apps. They're free, of course. Really excited to bring you more content, so stick around. I'll see you in the next video.